Okay, let's dive right in. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're looking at something pretty exciting for Gundam fans. We're unpacking the upcoming reissue of the Robot Spirits MSM-03C Hygogg Verge A.N.I.M.E figure.
Yeah, and this isn't, just another figure dropping. This Hygogg reissue is actually quite significant,
Hmm.
especially for collectors and anyone who loves Mobile Suit Gundam 000880. War in the Pocket.
Right, that OVA holds a special place for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And this figure is part of the very A.N.I.M.E line, which, well, it's known for being incredibly faithful to the
The
animation.
super detailed, great articulation, that whole package.
Exactly. They really nail bringing those mobile suits off the screen.
So the big question first, when can people actually get their hands on this reissue?
Mark your calendars for December 2025. That's the scheduled release month.
December 2025. Okay.
And, reissues are important in the Gundam world. They give folks a chance who missed out the first time.
Mm-hmm. When did the original actually release?
The first release was November 23rd, 2018. So it's been a little while.
Yeah, a fair bit. So prices on the aftermarket probably got kind of high.
Oh, definitely. Fan favorites like the Hygogg, especially from a beloved series like 0080, tend to shoot up in value. So this reissue is, well, it's welcome news for many.
Good news indeed. All right, let's talk specifics. What about the price and size?
Okay, so the price is set at 11,000 JPY.
Which translates to roughly what in US dollars? Maybe 70, 75 bucks depending on the exchange rate?
Yeah, around that mark, give or take. And size-wise, it's pretty compact. Stands at 10.5 centimeters.
Okay, 10.5 centimeters, that's about 4.1 inches.
That's right, roughly 4.1 inches tall. And you should be able to find it pretty easily. It's a regular retail release, not like a premium Bandai exclusive or anything.
Good to know. Available in department stores, specialty shops, the usual places then.
Exactly.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The figure itself, the very A.N.I.M.E line always impresses, but what makes this Hygogg stand out?
Well, beyond the anime-accurate look, the articulation is specifically designed for this mobile suit.
With those really long, distinctive arms, right? How does that work?
They've engineered it with some pretty flexible mechanisms. It means you can get some incredibly dynamic poses out of it, really mimicking how it moved in the show. Those arms aren't just for show. You can pose them in all sorts of combat stances.
Nice. So recreating scenes from War in the Pocket should be pretty doable.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big part of the appeal.
And the accessories list looks, wow, pretty extensive.
It really is. You get the main figure, of course. Then there are interchangeable thigh parts.
For the underwater mode, right?
Yep, for setting up those aquatic scenes. And then there's a really specific interchangeable claw set.
Let me guess. For holding the GM head.
You got it. That very memorable, rather brutal scene where it decapitates the GM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely iconic. What else is in the box?
Okay, I'll see. You also get the backpack, which comes with 2 propulsion effect parts, 2 missile cover units, 2 hand missiles.
Hand missiles too. Cool.
Yeah. Plus a smoke effect part for when it jettisons the missile covers. Gives it that dramatic look.
Oh, I like that. Adds to the display option.
For sure. And there's an attachment joint, firing effect parts for the arm, megaparticle cannon, and the hand missile, plus customization stickers.
It's a lot of stuff.
It really is. All these bits and pieces, the effect parts, they add so much value. They let you display the Hygogg in basically any action pose you can think of from the show.
Yeah.
Captures its whole combat vibe.
So we know the figure is packed with features. Let's talk about the mobile suit itself for a moment. The MSM-03C Hygogg. It's an amphibious Zeon suit, right?
Correct. Developed by the Principality of Zeon, it's kind of legendary, really. Mostly because of its use by the Cyclops Team Special Forces in War in the Pocket.
That assault on the Federation's Arctic base, yeah, that sequence is incredible.
It really is. The Hygogg is basically an improved GOG. It's more streamlined, much faster, more mobile, and it has those, unique weaponized extendable arms.
Gave it a really distinct look and fighting style.
Absolutely. It raises an interesting point, actually, about how these unique, sometimes kind of weird mobile suit designs become so enduringly popular in Gundam.
That's true. The non-Gundam suits often have the coolest designs.
They often do. They allow for different kinds of storytelling and action.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, it means you get a chance to own a piece of Gundam history. You can bring those moments, like that intense Arctic battle, right onto your shelf with a figure that can actually pull off the poses.
That's a fantastic representation.
Okay, so just to recap, everyone, the Robot Spirits MSM-03C Hygogg Versailles A.N.I.M.E reissue. It's coming in December 2025. Definitely one to watch out for if you're a Gundam fan, especially if you love 0080. War in the Pocket.
Absolutely. It's a great chance to grab a really well-done figure of an iconic suit. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. If you do pick this up, which specific scene from War in the Pocket are you going to recreate first? That Arctic ambush? Taking out the GMs?
Ooh, good question. Lots of possibilities there. Definitely. Well, we hope you found this deep dive useful. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our future explorations into the huge world of Gundam.
Thanks for joining us.